the apartheid
So what would you like to
allow
see happen, Hassan?
Do you not understand the English language?
What's going on, everybody? I hope everyone's having a fantastic evening, afternoon, pre-noon, no matter where you are in the world. I'm Hassan Piker, and this is the Hassan broadcast coming to you live from sunny California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live and alive, and I hope all the boys, girls, and MBs are having a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is a Monday. It's Monday News Day, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and MBs. It's Monday, April 14th, 2025, and this is the part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news in between the time period where I press the stop streaming button and press the start streaming button, so help me God. And let me tell you, nothing. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything yesterday. I ended the broadcast, woke up early, played basketball, was on fire Sunday morning, was on fire the first game, had like 9 points. We still lost, but it was all good. I had like 2 threes. I was shooting at a 90% percentage. It was crazy. Then after that, I shot the podcast. Cutie Cinderella's back, finally. Oh my God, after the glorious return of our queen. And then I was going to stream, but it was already too late. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to take the day off today, which is what I did. I watched the second episode of Lazarus. I watched the PITT. That's all I did for the most part. Just watched PITT and ate a bunch of delicious Italian sandwiches. Also found out that the main character in Lazarus, like the main villain, is Turkish. So I thought that was interesting. I believe he's a Turkish Jewish guy, the doctor, which is interesting. Very interesting character because he's like, he goes from Istanbul to Tel Aviv and stuff. No spoilers. Wait, it's not a spoiler, man. What are you talking about? It's literally in the beginning of the second episode. It's not anything that's like remotely spoiling any. Okay, everybody shut up. You'll see if you watch the second episode. It's not like a spoiler at all. I have not watched the One Piece yet. I have not watched One Piece's new episodes yet. No, I have not. I have not watched it. I'm banking them so I can watch them in a couple in a row. As a nurse, I love that the PITT hits on those tough topics that most medical dramas overlook. Hospitals don't hire more nurses for profit. They constantly put profits over patients. Yeah, that's why I love that. Unironically, that's why I love the PITT. The PITT is so good because, like, aside from, you know, gruesome depictions of like all the awful things that are happening to people, from what I understand, it's just like, it tracks with everything that I have heard from doctors and nurses that work in emergency rooms. It hits on all of the issues of overcrowded hospitals, overcrowded emergency rooms. Didn't you enjoy the liberal Zionist genocide rally? Yes, I did. I loved it. I'm a liberal Zionist and I love the genocide. And I loved every moment of it, yes. Chatters, what do I always say? You have to work within the confines that you have. This is the largest organizational capability we have. I am not going to cast it aside. Many of the people that are in that crowd, if not the damn near entirety of the people in that crowd, are way first of all, you guys are at the Bernie rally. So many people there are way further along the anti-Zionism than Bernie Sanders himself is. But it doesn't matter because he's bringing in moms, dads, uncles, all of those people. It's an incredibly important way to organize. Please understand that the Discord circuit that you are inside of is understandably significantly more radical. But if it's causing you to go, hey, the largest momentum happening in terms of organizing is actually bad and wrong, then I don't know what to tell you. I had to debate chatters on how Bernie and AOC speech aren't leftist enough. I mean, they're not wrong. They're not wrong. They're right. They are correct. They're not wrong. Bernie being like, Israel has a right to defend itself. It's ridiculous. Okay, what do you mean Israel has a right to defend itself? Big dog, has been 18 months. Like, it's 18 months of genocide. The people that are upset with that are perfectly valid and perfectly reasonable. But you have to also understand there's dual use here, okay? Go to the rallies and recruit instead of just like sitting around and being like, well, I would do it differently. I understand feeling discouraged when you see someone who you have looked up to, admired, saying ridiculous things. You know what I mean? But it is kind of wild to just, I don't know, cast the entire thing aside when there is no more motion. There's no motion anywhere else. Okay, this is it. That's what in saying organizers should take advantage of these crowds to organize them further left. Yeah, like, and it's not like Bernie is against that sort of thing either. Like the DSA was there, right? I think they should allow for more organizing to take place at these sorts of rallies as well, like directional. These are one of my this is one of my biggest, like, not gripes necessarily, but this is like one of the biggest demands that I have. And who the fuck am I? I mean, obviously I'm just a loser, but it is a thing that I maintain all the time. It's a thing that I reference all the time. It's just like there's more to do with these rallies. Like making them directional, making them issue specific is a good thing. I have inside tea. The Dems were denied a table at the rally. That's funny, but also that makes sense. We're gonna do the oval back and forth, all up and down, because there's a lot to talk about here with the Bukele meeting, where Donald Trump went nutty mode with President Bukele of El Salvador. As you guys know, NAYIB Bukele is probably the worst Palestinian descent person out there. Like literally one of the worst, if not the worst. I would say it's like him and fucking son of Hamas, like honorary, no longer Palestinians. Like people get mad at like DJ Khaled for not really saying anything about Palestine or doing much about Palestine, but like this guy straight up is the worst. As far as like NAYIB Bukele goes, he started off relatively progressive, focusing on like rehabilitation over incarceration, and then very quickly became like a cryptocurrency guy who was willing to use El Salvador as a fleshlight for Western interests, billionaires, things like that. He is a horrible, monstrous piece of shit. He set up the CCOT facility for anti-terrorism. And since then, there's speculation that he also worked with some of the MS-13 leadership and simultaneously decided to go on this like massive surveillance regime, massive police state regime, where his goons will go up to any street vendor or any village in the middle of the night and just black bag people and do dragnets and then claim that they're all MS-13. And then, you know, 300 people at a time will go and sit in front of a judge who's wearing a balaclava and decide that they're all MS-13, all 300 of them. And then they get disappeared into CCOT, where they're tortured. No due process, no care or consideration for human rights. It's truly terrifying. No, it's not like America. It's beyond America, okay? It's a little bit worse. Our American prison system is pretty bad, but at least the things that happen in the buildup to the American prison system, there's some semblance of logic and some semblance of order. Yeah, they arrested like 2% of the population. It's beyond USA. Salvi here. I still can't believe how brainwashed he's got former FMLN members to vote for him. I have friends whose parents flew home to vote for him. Yeah, a lot of the Salvadorans, they like him. In Latin America, I feel like there's a which way Western man moment, and all the reactionary right wingers, they like Bukele, and all of the leftist, socialist adjacent Latin American countries are not too fond of him. That's the brief background on NAYIB Bukele. Very far right, very reactionary. Interestingly enough, Donald Trump used to shit on Bukele a lot and would claim that like NAYIB Bukele was also dumping his own MS-13 gang members directly into the United States of America. But I guess they've patched that up. They've patched their relationship seemingly, as he is using the CCOT facility as a slave labor concentration camp that we have outsourced to El Salvador. Truly horrifying stuff that's taking place here. This is the especially horrifying part of this. Before the pool entered, this exchange was captured on the El Salvador government's live stream. Trump endorses sending homegrown U.S. prisoners to El Salvador, meaning American citizens to notorious foreign prisons.
People wanted to change their governments, and they wanted. They demanded. They love you. They love what you do. I'm not for your support. I want them to do, for homegrown criminals next. Yeah. I said, homegrowns are next. The homegrowns built. You got to build about 5 more places. Yeah, that's fair.
He says the homegrown ones are next. You guys built about 5 more spaces. He goes, yeah, we got space. It's not a Twitter video issue. This is not supposed to be live, chat. This is a hot mic. Okay, we were not supposed to hear this before. As Jonathan Lemire, co-host of the Morning Show, says, this is before the pool entered. This exchange was captured on the El Salvador government's live stream. Trump endorses sending homegrown U.S. prisoners to El Salvador, meaning the American citizens to notorious foreign prisons. And it's not even just a hot mic. I believe this is something that the Trump administration has talked about already. It's something that Bukele has talked about already. To be fair, he said it before. He said it shortly thereafter in the press pool too. Yeah. It's not something that they're hiding. Here's a question. Are you deporting American, are you considered deporting American citizens to El Salvador? Trump says, yeah, that includes them. You think they're a special type of people or something? People on Twitter are already defending it. We're so fucking cooked. Yeah. I mean, they're Nazis. There's not really anything else I can say about that. That's it. It's here. It's happening. They're fucking fascists. They're really horny for this kind of violence. They don't really consider that this kind of violence may actually impact them in the long run. Like, I joke about it being Burger Reich or whatever, but like, it's not really a joke. These guys are actually straightforward, blood-curdling fascists. They are baying for blood. They want it. They're excited at the prospect for this kind of structure to become legally calcified. They want to test the boundaries. They're testing the boundaries right now in terms of like what they can get away with. They've already eradicated any sort of mechanism of pushback. One of the most important and yet like somewhat quiet actions that the Trump administration took was against law firms. And we obviously covered it here, but there wasn't like that much anger or resentment towards this, partially because it's like there's outrage fatigue. It's impossible to pay attention to all the things that they're doing. But the reason why it was very significant, the reason why Donald Trump's attacks against law firms was very significant is because they basically came in and said, if you don't do pro bono work for us, we won't let you into federal buildings. And if you can't go into a federal building, you can't practice law. Like, you can't talk to your clients. Like, they basically said, you have to, you can't go against us. There are very few law firms that are still capable or interested in fighting back against them. There's a bunch of reasons as to why sending them to El Salvador is a benefit for a fascist administration like this, and we're seeing it. One of the benefits from their perspective is, well, we can't return them, even when the SCOTUS, the Supreme Court of the United States, says you have to return this person. Anyway, let's continue with this, and then we'll do
citizens fully naturalized American.
If they're criminals and if they hit people with baseball bats over their head that happen to be 90 years old, and if they rape 87-year-old women in Coney Island, Brooklyn, yeah, that includes them. What do you think? There's a special category of person? They're as bad as anybody that comes in.
Yeah, Donald Trump is now entertaining the notion of kidnapping, blackbagging, and shipping off American, natural-born U.S. citizens to a different country. This is new. This is new territory. A lot of the stuff that they're doing is new territory, for the record. Straw man argument too strong. It's not even a straw man. There is no straw man that he's engaging in. He just like made up a couple cases that are gruesome in his mind and said, yeah, we're going to ship those guys off to El Salvador. Aren't people just going to revolt if this admin goes full fascist like this? I don't know. I don't think so, especially on this stuff. On the deportation stuff, I think a lot of people are utterly oblivious. They are utterly oblivious to the actions that this administration is taking. And I think on the Israel stuff, on the deportation stuff, which goes hand in hand, it is far more consequential than the fucking trade wars, okay? And this isn't to say that like the tariffs and the exemptions are not consequential. It's far more consequential than the Doge cuts, which isn't to say that those Doge cuts aren't consequential. But this, ironically enough, this thing that not enough people are paying attention to is far more significant for our future. You do the Doge cuts, people revolt, okay? People rise up. Let's say they fire every federal employee, right? And then the people go, what the fuck are you doing? You just fired every single person. How dare you? You start protesting in the street. His administration comes in and blackbags key leadership in those protests, and they ship him off to El Salvador. Boom. All of a sudden, there's nothing. You can't do anything. There's no free speech anymore at this point. There's no due process anymore at this point. And when you get deported to the CCOD facility, you have no way of return. Due process and First Amendment rights are the most consequential remaining protections that we have that they are actively destroying. The sad state of affairs is that many of these people are either completely oblivious to this stuff. I've been ringing the alarm bells on this for quite a while now, and I think that most Americans are completely either A, oblivious to this shit, or B, perhaps even worse than being oblivious, the ones who are knowledgeable about what's going on here are in support of it. They are championing it. It's a truly terrifying predicament.